So I'm Tommy Gentleman, I'm from Hampshire, and I'm a gym owner, Reasons Fitness, and also run my own private coaching business. When I came to Expert Empires, I was already doing okay in my business. I was doing 6 figures, but I knew I wanted more, and this was the process that was going to get me to level up to that next stage in my business. So the reason that I invested in the Mastermind program was for the accountability and also rubbing shoulders with people that were already successful in their business and had that motivation and drive to go to that next level. The only reservation that I had was that little voice that was like another thing to invest in to get to the end result. What if it doesn't work? What if you don't get the results you want? But then I knew that the event I was at was run by the guy that I'm going to be learning from, and the proof was right there in front of me. I needed to learn from this guy. I need to be in this environment where I can level up my business and do what I need to do, be accountable and get the right guidance. Being on the Mastermind program is amazing. The time flies from month to month. We're being able to touch base with Nick and talk to the other people as well around the table about the things that we've learned, the things that we're struggling with, the things that we can share with each other. I mean, the group itself, there's so much knowledge and diversity, and people's got different opinions on things, different ideas, different expertise and experience. My life has changed dramatically. The work-life balance is so much better, and that's because of the execution of running 2 successful events that have led to over £10,000 worth of sales in private coaching. I had 30 people turn up to the first one and 40 turn up to the second one. And both times I converted 25% in sales, either on a group coaching program or as a private client. My hourly rate has quadrupled as a result of being in this environment and just knowing what to do, how to execute and being accountable. What that's allowed me to do is spend more time at home with my baby and my wife, which is so important, and I feel like I'm hitting the work-life balance really well. It's really on point. I'm earning what I feel like I should be at this moment in my life, and I'm also experiencing all the great things that I need to in my personal life too. The best advice I can give you if you're thinking about joining the Mastermind is that you need to be ready to work. You need to be ready to get the action points done from month to month, because otherwise nothing will change. You need to be brave, and you need to take that step that how much more time do you want to waste doing things on your own? You might get a certain amount of success, but you know that if you're around people that are pumped and motivated and doing the same kind of thing as you, and from the guidance from Nick as well, that things are going to be done quicker, more effectively, you're going to make less mistakes, and you're just going to get to that end result much faster. And also, you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to learn so much every single time.
Hi, my name's Gordon Bircham. I'm from Rugby, Warwickshire, and my business is in martial arts, and I do martial arts as in teaching, coaching, and I also help martial arts business owners develop, grow and scale their schools as well across the UK and Ireland. I came to Expert Empires in May. I'd actually seen Nick at his Bums on Seats bootcamp, and which was absolutely epic, and I was kind of really interested in what he was doing, and I actually approached him about helping me run an event, and nothing materialised on that. But seen him at Expert Empires, which is just epic. And at that time, really, I was doing okay. I've got a coaching business, coaching martial arts school owners, doing around 6k a month, which is great. But I want to kind of grow that, but also get my time back. And I seen he did the 7-figure mastermind, had a chat with Nick, sat down with him, and it just kind of seemed like a great fit for me, really. I needed that accountability and also some really good guidance. So yeah, sat down and kind of was like, yeah, that's how I started on the mastermind. I really like Nick's style, his laid-back approach. I know he's an action taker as well, so he'll get the job done. I wanted to be around and people who are the same as me, aspiring to hit that 7-figure level. And yeah, it's the best decision I've made. I've really enjoyed it. The reservations I had really to start with was the initial fee. It wasn't that I couldn't afford it. It was just it seemed like a quite a big figure for what it was. But I really broke that down and looked at it and thought, you know what, this has got to serve me. And I was kind of excited about the exclusivity as well. The 10 around the table. All at that level. And with Nick's one-to-one coaching and stuff as well. That was an icebreaker really for me. I thought that'd be great. And then I was thinking, right, you know what? If you want to, like, the accountability, but also the law of association, to be associated with good people who are in the same boat as you, they really want to move forwards, and that's something I've always wanted to do. So it seemed like the right fit for me, really. Yeah, being on the mastermind program for me is really, really good. It allows you to kind of, in an intimate scene, really speak with and interact with people who are on the same journey, if not higher as well than you. It's a really friendly group, and every time I come here, every time I pick up 3 or 4 golden nuggets, and that's not just from what I'm here and what answers I want, it's from other people and what they're saying, and it really triggers your mind. I think that's been probably one of the most beneficial things, is what, as you're listening to other people and what they're saying, it reminds you what you've got to do in your business as well. I've just grown massively already within my business, but I think really with the actual group itself, every single session that we do is something completely different. Like there's always, like today, was just brilliant. There's so many diverse questions. But again, today already, we're only halfway through. I've going back with 2 or 3 things I'm going to implement in my business straight away, and that wasn't even my question. So that's the benefit really for me, is you just get that knowledge, and it just fast tracks you really. So my life and income since investing in the mastermind program has increased massively. I mean, when we first started with Nick, I was doing like lots of one-to-ones. We quickly put into place a one-to-many model, so launched an online membership site, an elite group, so people could pay £97 a month to join it, and immediately got 30 odd people on that, like one-to-many, which is amazing. Like it's £3,000 a month, and it's something that I love doing. Growing my client base as well, and he's helped me now build the first ever sort of martial arts business event. This is kind of unique in the sense of it's sold by someone solely on their own. 6-speaker event. I've actually got Nick James speaking on the event, which is going to be absolutely epic. Can't wait for that. So excited about that. And you know what? It helps you every step of the way. It's there to help you. Nothing's ever a problem. So I'm excited. I've got 75 paid, no, just over 75 actually paid ticket holders. And there'll be some more last minute ones as well. So we're looking at around 100, which Nick tells me is amazing for your first event. So I really feel a purpose. I feel like I've got the support that I need, and it's the association for me. Great people, really good people. Nick's amazing. And I feel like, the next 6 months is just going to be epic. I really feel I've built a foundation for my family, for myself, and it's really exciting. Yeah, I think if someone was thinking about going for the mastermind program, I'd first of all work out what it is they want, what are they trying to achieve. If it's to do with growing their business, if they're a six-figure business going to a 7-figure business, if they feel they need the accountability and they really want to learn from a group of people, it really is a group of people, very quickly, and happy with accountability, but also with ideas. If you feel that you kind of maybe on your own a little bit, and you kind of need that, you either need that push or you need that, the people around you to motivate you and inspire you, I'd definitely go for it.
My name's Mark Lloyd. I'm co-founder of Property Mastery Academy. We're an education company for property investors based just outside London, southwest London. I met Nick at Andy Harrington's event and saw him present there. Didn't progress at the time, but then I saw a post probably a few months later on Facebook that Nick had posted. And the stage we were at in our business, we were looking for different ideas, different ways of getting people to events. And I'd heard about Nick's Arms on Seats bootcamp. I hadn't attended it, but I heard good reports about Nick and that event. And I thought, well, okay, maybe this is the guy we need to spend some time with. So from that Facebook post, plus the bit of information I had about Nick, I spoke to my business partner and said, look, shall we join up to this program? And that was really about it. So we decided to invest in the mastermind program because we could see it as a route to adding to our sales for this year. There's been some changes in our business. We were looking for ideas to change what we were doing, because what we were doing as far as certainly events were concerned wasn't working the way we wanted it to work. So we needed additional input, and we're a firm believer of leveraging other people's knowledge, so we're happy to join the mastermind program as a result of that. I think investing in the mastermind program for us was essentially a no-brainer. We'd already, as I said, saw Nick's background, saw him present at Andy Harrington, although it wasn't specifically on the mastermind program, but felt that he had the required knowledge that we needed to take our business to the next level. So being involved in the mastermind program has been really great. We're fairly newcomers here. I think we've only attended 2, maybe 3 sessions now. After the very first session, we implemented some of the things that Nick had suggested. We produced just over £200,000 worth of sales within 6 weeks. So that we were overjoyed with. And yeah, thought it was well worthwhile, absolutely. And the monthly or bi-monthly sessions that we attend, it's great having a group of entrepreneurs that are at a similar kind of level that we're at. So that's really great. So since investing in the mastermind, it's kind of brought our business back on track. Various changes that happened within our company, that one of our senior members became ill. So we had to change a lot of things we were doing. What Nick's mastermind program has done is brought us back on track to where we were, and now pushing us forward to where we were aiming to be. I think if you're looking to join a mastermind program, I highly recommend Nick's. The different types of businesses that are involved. I'm from the property world, the property education industry, and having other people from different industries there. Yes, there are a couple of other property people as well, but we're in different sectors. And having the input of other businesses and their ideas is really, really valuable, and I find that part of the session, the input into what we're trying to do, really, really helpful.
I'm Claire McTurnan. I'm based quite locally to Nick, so I'm based in the Midlands. The quick answer to what I do is I'm a business coach, and I specialise in helping very small service-based businesses, so usually up to 5 staff, up to $500,000 turnover, who are really passionate about wanting to grow and get really big results, but they're kind of stuck, usually with a productivity kind of challenge, that kind of thing. When I first started working with Nick, I had established a really good, solid business. I was turning over about 100k. There I had loads of fab one-to-one clients, and I started running some workshops. So I knew workshops were a challenge, and I wanted kind of like the secret recipe to doing that a lot more easily and to really help me up level. I needed somebody to come and kick my ass, really. So I made the decision to invest in working with Nick as a private client and join his mastermind, because I just felt I needed some external input to help me up level. I kind of was a little bit bored with the business, which sounds terrible. If any of my clients are watching this, I love you all dearly. It wasn't that I was bored with my clients, but I've been running the business in the same way for quite a long time, and I just wanted a way of up leveling it so I could get a bit of time back and have more fun in generating the way I generated my income, I guess. Well, I suppose I'm reasonably human, so I did have some hesitation about making the investment to join Nick's program, and I kind of got over it because I knew if I didn't do it, would I actually achieve a level of growth that I was after? So, it took me a little bit, it took me a week or so to decide I was going to do it. But I carefully, as well as having the investment in Nick, I ring-fenced the funds to help pay for the Facebook ads and all the other things that I knew would come along with it. So I think that's a really valuable thing. You have to be aware that there's going to be more money than just the initial investment with Nick. So I ring-fenced it and then just went at it, really. And I kind of thought, okay, if I didn't do it, I could take that as a nice dividend out of the business and go on a really nice family holiday. But I kind of thought if I did that, I wouldn't get the business to where I wanted to go, and I knew we could still go on holiday anyway. So I kind of just went and placed my bets with Nick. Being on the mastermind program is actually really good fun. We're at one of the masterminds today, and when I arrived today, I was thinking, you know what, I don't have any burning questions, but it's interesting because you listen to everybody else bring up their challenges or what they want advice on, and go, oh god, that's a really good idea, I need to do that myself. So you get all this extra stuff just from the mastermind itself. And then being a private client as well, I get the one-on-one time with Nick. So any specific questions I need answering between masterminds, I have that access to. And you get access to Nick's team, so any techie stuff you've got problems with, like Facebook ads and that kind of thing, you get that answered to. So it's quite an all-encompassing thing. And everybody else on the mastermind group is really friendly and supportive, so it's just a great community to be in. So since joining the mastermind program, I've run my first free event, which was a new experience for me, and I was really worried about my ability to sell from the stage, and I was just hoping I'd break even. Nick had been really good at managing my expectations on what that first one might be like, and I walked away with 6 new clients from that one day. And I didn't price myself particularly high at that point, but in that one day, I made over 14 grand's worth of revenue in one day. So obviously that is major. I was like, for like a good few weeks afterwards, just walking on cloud nine. And that was the first time. So now it's a case of rinse and repeat. So if somebody's considering joining and weighing up the pros and cons, I'll say if you know you really want to make a step change and you can be really realistic about your own ability to achieve that without any outside input, and you know the ways you want to up-level your business are the things that tie in perfectly with Nick's expertise, and you can find the money, then do it. Don't push yourself to financial ruin to do it. You need to be comfortable with the investment, especially as there will be additional costs as well with the Facebook ads and venues and that kind of thing. So you need to be comfortable doing it, but you've got to, if you know you can't do it any other way, then just go for it. So I had obviously a few decisions to make about making the investment because it was a reasonable amount of money, and I do have a family, so I was like, either they go on holiday to a really, really lovely place, or they go on holiday to an average place and I go and join Nick. So I overcame them just because I looked at my business and decided, did I think I can reach the goals I had doing it myself, or did I need that external input from somebody like Nick? And for me it became a no-brainer, and actually I made a decision very quickly. So when I started working with Nick, he instantly sat and we looked down and found me some quick wins so I could instantly get some additional cash in the door and feel like I was making good progress before we actually went on to some of the more sort of like sophisticated methods that were right for my business but might not always be right for everybody else. The best advice I'd give somebody who was thinking about investing in the mastermind with Nick is to just do it. If you know you need that external input to make the step up, then just do it. It's really good to come and spend a whole day focusing on your business once a month, and to do that is golden. And I suppose I come away with so many ideas and stuff. It's invaluable for your business. As long as you implement, then you'll get your money back. It's a no-brainer.
Hi, my name's Rolf Stauffer and I'm the founder and creator of Golf in Mind. I've been teaching golf psychology now for 21 years. And we basically teach people how to be more consistent on the course and how to have more enjoyment. That means less stress, more fun, better results on the course. Back in 2012, I'd built up the business to 4 courses and I was selling them as a package. And I wasn't charging much for it. And I was really struggling with sales. So sales had dropped, I wasn't earning much, and I was working 16 hours a day, and that almost 7 days a week. So I didn't really have much of a life. I had a small data bank, like 1,500 people in the data bank. And I was really getting to a point where I was thinking, do I need to stop this business? Do I need to do something else? So I'd known Nick actually for quite a few years, but we kind of lost contact. And then I attended a workshop and his mother happened to be there by chance. And I was telling her about my problems with Golf in Mind. And so she suggested I have a chat with Nick and see if he could help me. And I ended up signing up for a workshop, a 2-day workshop in the UK. So I flew over and it was a fantastic workshop. I learned loads. At the workshop, Nick presented the opportunity to become a private client. And I immediately knew that was the right thing to do. Even though it was very expensive, it was a big time commitment. I had to keep coming over from Switzerland over to the UK. But I just knew it was going to be the thing that would help me. So initially, we sat down together and we analysed my business. Now I thought because I wasn't selling because the price was too high. And the first thing it told me to do was put the price up. I mean, that's crazy, but it worked. It was amazing. We totally restructured the package and we developed a really good sales strategy to sell everything. And the results were amazing. I went from 90,000 a year to 130 a year. And I think I was actually probably working less than I was before. But that was just the beginning. After that, everything went crazy. It was unbelievable. We introduced a new 1-day course called Golf in Mind Total, which is like an overview of everything that I do. And on that day, we sell Mastermind, and that is a 4,200 franc program. I'd never imagined ever being able to sell anything like that. And suddenly I was selling several on one day. That was amazing. And all thanks to the Bums on Seats blueprint. And using that blueprint, in the following year, we put hundreds of people through Golf in Mind Total. And that brought in $250,000 Swiss francs. Now the only remaining problem was that golf is a seasonal business. So I used to have most of my income, like 90% of my income, between March and September and virtually nothing in the winter months. So Nick said, we've got to change this. We need to introduce a new program, a premium program. So I put on a few discovery days in December. And these are like really small groups, basically showing people what is in the premium program. And in 3 discovery days, I sold 9 people into the premium program. And that is an investment of 14,500 francs per person. Times 9 people is over 130,000 francs just in December. That's more than I used to earn in a year. So if you ask me, what's it been worth? Well, that's a difficult question to answer, but it's certainly several 100,000 francs of additional income over the last couple of years. I've worried all my life about money and felt insecure, felt I was never earning enough. I don't have that anymore. I now have a bank account with lots of money in it. I don't have to worry about paying for bills. I do something that I absolutely love, helping other people. It's definitely been worth it for me. It's been an amazing time.